Hey, little sister, who's your only one? Well, I start the day with the Prince of Peace each morning, for we do love our peace and our calm. And we had that real pretty feel with us yesterday again. I was describing it to someone. I was like, it's like you're wearing some kind of clothes or something. It's not hot, but it's not cold either. It's just right. Sort of a little bit on the cool side, maybe. In other words, it's this Goldilocks zone type of thing. Um, and I've felt some of that today. It's not necessarily that it's not maintained all the time, um, not perfectly. It looks like we have received a couple of attacks in the last couple of days and some damage as well. But we are good spirits and great expectations and such, um, because we have been feeling better, and our mood, of course, is improved greatly. And I saw a headline today, and it was saying something about by this time, or by this Christmas, I think, which reminded me of what I heard on Sunday, which was by this Sunday, you will know. By this time Sunday, you will know. Um, and also, I've heard, and by this time next year, etc., so on and so forth. So I have to feel pretty okay, even though, like I say, it looks like I've taken some damage and got hit in the back again. Um, I woke up yesterday and there was a bunch of warmth that came in, but then I was praying to Jesus, and it all dissipated. And so I don't know exactly. We've had personnel coming and going from around here, additions and stuff, and it looks like they were trying real hard to stop something, but um, it's just like 16 years ago or what it was. I was like, hey, I've got a home. I've got a family. So it's like, whatever you think we're doing, it's like, because of the way it was going. And I look at all this stuff that is on the prophetic stuff. I mean, so much of it's you know, just manipulation, I guess. But who loves us? I've been told, and asked that over and over and over, and we're made good. What makes me good? Who loves me? These are the things that I'm told and I know. And again, that reminds me of, who am I talking with? Do I know? Because again, I've been told over and over, you don't know who you're talking with. Oh, well, okay, yeah, well, I know who loves me. Them who always loved me. That's who loves me. Um, oh, which brings me to this thing about, I saw one of them that recently I've been watching, um, and their story was they were going on about how there's somebody who's got all these dates, and they've got like dates with 5 different people, and they're making more dates with others, and these other people don't know about the dates that they're making with these others. And I'm thinking, who do I talk to? How many different characters have come to this house to speak with me, to speak with this mind? And I'm like, okay, so it's this one's Kevin, that one's that one. Um, okay, this is and these different people, right? These different personalities, personas, and but how do I really know anything other than a set of attributes that I perceive that is going along with that entity? Pretend you're blind, and there's a whole bunch of people that stand around going, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah 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 blah, and some of them sound the same, right? What? How many? Who? What dates are we talking? What? Who? How? Who? How? Who? What? Where? When? Why? How? Right? It's all about it. Yeah, and I heard that by this Christmas, it's going to be wow. What? It's going to be really great. My whole life will be completely different. I expect my whole life to change very, very drastically within the next month. Tell you the truth. Just to be honest, over the next 4 weeks, I suppose all of what I am experiencing as my day to day existence is going to be transformed into something much more enjoyable. Um, and I'll be surrounded by a lot more of what is me, of who is me, them that is me. A lot more white people. Oh, I just can't. The blues. I can't tell you that I'm never going to want to give up my blues. It's like, hey, wait a minute. That's a big thing. Settling down, that doesn't sound right at all. It's like, no, we'll be settling up. You know what I'm saying? I just see this settling down thing. No, no. Especially with the way it went. Now, are those things done? Is that somehow something that's possible that works out for people? Well, I guess if they get the proper team and they have some leads into where they're going to start their things, and they actually can build something, and instead of being murdered and just held down and murdered, instead of that. But if you just get held down and murdered and that's all, and nothing you say or do works, and after that, it's, as far as I know, we're just going home. We're going to go hit that home run and go back to the White House, where my good blues are also. Because hey, white and blue, that's who we be. I'm told that we are advancing. It seems like perhaps we are, and or that we are, or we have perhaps moved up a level. Well, if that's the truth, then I say yay to all of you who I sing to all the time. All of you, that's me. And thank you for, let's do that again, because it is the solution. And I understand that, these others out there, these people that were like trying to play all these con games and have all these lies and stories about how we're in love with them and we have a partnership of some. Let me explain something to you. We are not given to any type of games or partnerships with any of the forces of darkness. That's just not what we do. We're not, we're the day, and we're of heaven and the good guys, the light, white, all that, and the forces of light and life. And so we don't have any business with the forces of death and darkness. We just don't have, hey, death is defeated, the king is alive. So no, we don't have any business with any of that, regardless of what you might say or what games, stories that you come up with, blah, 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 blah. And you talk about like contractual things and soul ties and just made up anything you can make up. All I can tell you is this is whenever, if there had been any kind of contract ever, well, you broke it. So again, I've told you that before. When you start siding with anyone and everyone you can to murder the hell out of whoever it was you claim to have had an agreement with, that agreement is annulled. It is voided completely. You're considered the alien invader after that. Just the invader. That's how heaven sees you. The alien invader, the enemies. That's how it's seen. Because they know there's no partnership there between me and you. And there won't be either. In other words, no spiritual or energetic connections. You'll have no privileges here of any sort. You're just the enemy. That doesn't mean that there isn't going to be some form of the business that's always been there, right? Of people coming and going, of people making that transition back out of that other deal and back into today or whatever. I don't know how long any of that can go on. This is all up to God, really, isn't it? All I know is what our goals is And that's to go ahead and, like I say, get back out there. We're going to get back out there one way or another and take advantage of all this favor that we've supposedly, again, there it is. And all we have to do is just get out there and sort of like, anything, base run hit, it'll do, and there we'll take off. And we'll get through with this and get done with it, and no more of this other ridiculous, silly games of light and darkness being combined. It just, none of that works, and it's not supposed to be, and so it won't. Those that were excluded yesterday shall be excluded today, and those that is excluded today shall be excluded tomorrow. God love you and God keep you. We'll talk to you real, real, real soon.